Hello and welcome to ThePapare.com's personalities segment. Today we are at the posh offices of ThePapare.com. This is where it all happens. The live updates, the analytical articles are brought forward to you as digital media content. The offices of ThePapare.com, and with me today is one of the most famous sporting faces in Sri Lanka. I don't think this person needs an introduction, but nevertheless, 6 times consecutively national champion, 9 times national champion within a break. Gayan Sandaruwan, he started as a youngster, now a veteran in the sport. I'll rather call you the king of motor racing. Welcome on board, Gayan Sandaruwan. Gayan, first tell us, you started the sport when you were 17 years old. It's a bit of an unusual sport for a teenager. How and why? How did the introduction to the sport happen?
Actually, when I was a kid, we used to go racing and we used to watch all races. And my dad was a former racer. And in the school time, I played for so many teams. I played for the cricket team, and I did swimming, and I did athletic. Mainly, I did athletics. And after my O levels, so I thought to move to motorsport because it was in my blood, I guess. Because even it wasn't any difficult sports for me because of my dad.
Motorsporting is a risky sport. That is how the society thinks. How was the support from the family that you got? Did you get permission in the beginning to, okay, son, go do the sport? Did your father prove it? It's a risky sport. How's the support from the family that you got?
I think because my dad was a former racer, and because of that thing, even my mom she wasn't like complain much about that, because earlier mainly my dad was the main supporter who was behind me every time, even now. And most every race we go there as a family. For my every race they come as a family, and they all of them, even my sister, my brother, everyone comes there and support me every time.
9 times national champion, and out of the 9 times you were the national champion for 6 consecutive times. It's a huge achievement. 6 consecutive times being the national champion. List us the rest of your significant achievements.
My first achievement is 2003. That was my first national championship. In this period, I won 6 times Fox Hill Championship trophies, and 5 times Gajava Supercross trophies, and 4 times Cavalry Supercross trophy, and like that I won several races, and it's a unforgettable journey.
Any international achievements, Gan? Have you toured international, represented Sri Lanka?
Yeah, I represent Sri Lanka in many races. In Asian Championship, we had 6 rounds. Every year we have 6 rounds in Asian Championship. Actually, we have 10 rounds in Sri Lanka because it's clashing mostly when I participate in Asian Championship. Luckily, last few years I went for a few rounds. It's like China, Japan, Malaysia, Indonesia, Iran, likewise. So best achievement I got is like in 2008 I got 8th place in top 8 in China round. That is my best achievement I got in Asian Championship.
When you do the sport for 9 long years, there should be a tough opponent. Who is the toughest opponent that you have faced in your life, and what were your plans to overcome him?
Mainly I had few competitors who gave me a big fight. In 2012 I met C.S. Santosh. He's the India #1 champion. Luckily last few years I won. I just got a chance to beat him. Then I met Tomoya Suzuki. He's a Japanese famous rider, and we had big fights in last year races, and it's the toughest races that I have ever had. And actually I have to practice more, and I'm doing many practices because mainly fitness level. I have to keep my fitness level so high, and even my bike, I have to tune my bike well, so I have many plans to overcome that.
You suffered an injury a couple of months back or years back, but the word is that you'll be out in the racing arena soon. You'll be back into the sport. How is the recovery? Tell us, when are you going to start practicing again?
Yeah, so I missed the first round, Foxhill Supercross. I'm planning to come for the second round, Sigiria. So, and I'm getting advices from doctors. Still, my doctor didn't allow me to start practices. So maybe around next month, I hope I can start practices and come for the next round.
Gayan, anyone who you idolize on the sport internationally, who you learn from?
Mainly, I follow World Championship. Mainly, I like James Ross. His name is James Ross. He was the number one player in World Supercross arena. So I follow mostly. I follow champion riders' biographies and their fitness programs and their how they deal with the bike, because our sport is the man and machine combination sport. So we have to think about the machine and we have to think about our fitness level and both. So mainly he's my idyllic person. So I like him very much.
Tell us about your practice sessions. How do you start your practice session? Is there any particular schedule that you follow, and how are your preparations before a race?
Before race, mostly I practice 3 days per week, and I'm taking few hours, not few hours. I mean, like twice or thrice. I do take time for my fitness program, and when you meet with the injury, so it's just different. It just like varies. So, and these days I don't have much time. Because I can't involve with the fitness program and my practice session. So from next month I'm planning to start all my practices and fitness program as well.
You started racing in 2003. For now, it's more than a decade. You've been racing in Sri Lanka for more than a decade. Just tell us about the challenges, difficulties you had coming in this long way.
Yeah, mainly I have started racing in 2001. My first championship I won in 2003, and this is my 15th year. So in this time I have faced many difficulties and I have faced many glory times, and I think it's all experience. There are so much to tell. I think it's all wonderful, I guess, because every bad thing I take as a good experience.
Do you see any improvement, as in where are the areas of improvement that Sri Lanka needs in aspects of motor racing? What aspects should be tuned up in motor racing?
Mainly, I just think mainly we have to in every sport. I think because mainly officials, and because I'm not letting them down. They are doing a good job, because some of the officials I think they have to have a very good knowledge about motorcycle racing and the rules and regulations. They have to follow up the international arena, and sometimes I face problems with some of the officials, because our knowledge and their knowledge is like we cannot compare. Sometimes we cannot explain them how the things should be comes like that. So that is the main opponent I feel that we have to improve in Sri Lanka.
A very good point from the veteran. I hope Slada will listen to you and get the officials educated on that aspect. Gayan, you're a veteran in sport now, right? More than a decade you've been racing. Any advices for the youngsters who are ready to take part in this sport, rather?
Mainly in my experience I can advise if you come for the motorsport, so first thing is you just follow how the veteran riders run, and you just get all the knowledge and do practices and sacrifice your time and just maintain your bikes and practice on the correct way. Then it is then if you practice in correct way, it is you meet less injuries. So, and like that, be patient and ride hard, and that is my mainly I can advise for the youngsters.
When talking to the next question that came into my mind is there should be an unforgettable experience in the long career. What is your most unforgettable experience that you faced in racing up to today?
I met with an accident in 2007. Yeah, it was a Foxhill Supercross event. So, and at that time, my final round, and I had to do only one jump, one last jump. That's a finish line. When I was doing my last jump, there was a lap rider had fallen down in the finish line, so I had to land on his bike, and it was like a huge accident. It was my unforgettable moment. Luckily I didn't get any injuries due to that accident. It was my unforgettable moment in my sport.
One final question, Gayan Sandaruwan. Any final words of gratitude? Who do you want to thank?
Yeah, especially I want to thank my dad. He was behind with me all the time, and all my sponsors. And my main sponsor is Honda Company and Garmin, and all my sponsors and all my fans who supporting me. Every time I go for racing, they come and they cheer me, and they exchange all their ideas and how they enjoy the races. And also there are so much people I have to thank. I don't have much time to tell all the names, so I want to thank everyone who is supporting, and I want to thank the ThePapare.com for the giving us this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Gayan. It was a pleasure having you here, sharing your experience with us and also with our viewers. My name is Lelumem. Over and out for ThePapare.com, sharing the passion.